Hello Tampa Bay, we're back here on the Duncan Duo Real Estate Show talking about the local Tampa Bay real estate market with Tim Watson, commercial real estate broker in Tampa Bay, and just talking about the market. I read an article this week about helping discouraged buyers stay on track. And again, if you have questions about real estate, you can call us, whether they're commercial or residential. We'd love the opportunity to talk to you. You can call us toll free, 855-970-WFLA. Again, that's 855-970-9352. Whether your questions are about buying a home, selling a home, foreclosures, short sales, commercial real estate. If it's about real estate, we'd love the opportunity to help point you in the right direction or answer your question. But I was reading an article from Margaret Kelly, CEO of RE/MAX, who I'm working on getting on the show, by the way. I've had Dave Liniger on, the chairman of the board for RE/MAX, a couple of times, and working on getting Margaret scheduled. But RAS Media had an article with her this week about helping discouraged buyers stay on track. Buyers are plentiful right now, and I think buyers are plentiful. I mean, we get people call us thinking about selling their homes. We have so many buyers looking for stuff. We can make so many sales happen without the hassle and frustration of even a listing agreement anymore because of the way the market is. That's not to say it's in the seller's best interest, but there's certainly people that don't want to deal with the traditional listing and the hassle of it. With hedge funds and our large database, we have buyers. We've got buyers galore for property out there. So if you're thinking about selling something, we can certainly help with that. But how do you help discouraged buyers stay on track? Buyers are plentiful, homes are not. House hunters becoming discouraged, bidding wars. Things like that happening, and a lot of it applies to first-time home buyers. They're losing out as the home sales rise and as they're competing with hedge funds, and how do they compete. And I wanted to spend a couple minutes just kind of talking about how you can kind of stay on track. And I think the important thing is understanding that if you are in a segment of the market where there's a lot of competition, you have to make a strong offer. You have to, and I always tell people, pay attention to the payment, not the price, because the interest rate and the payment are more important to the typical home buyer than the price. And I've seen buyers lose their dream home over $1,000 or $2,000 that in a payment that we're talking about pennies. But they focus on the wrong things. And so focus on that, on what the difference in the price is going to be in terms of your payment. Putting up a large earnest money deposit is important because it shows your seriousness, and because you're going to have to be competitive. Minimizing concessions, or so if you're a person that needs closing cost assistance, increase your price to cover them. You're going to have a hard time getting a seller to pay concessions in a market where there's a bidding war unless your offer is the best net offer. And as an agent, we have to give you realistic expectations. What's going on in the price range. What do the trends look like? Another thing that we've seen really be successful is a letter that you can include with your offer, kind of going to the emotional side of things, a little bit about your family. I've seen agents put together these letters at our company and in other companies, pictures of the family, their animals, really kind of convey to the emotional side of the home seller if it's a competitive situation. That can be very effective too. And I know this may sound common sense or silly, but providing a financing pre-approval letter or a proof of cash funds if you're buying with cash. I can't tell you how often we get offers, oh, we'll get the pre-approval to you in a couple of days. You ain't got a couple of days. If you're on a bidding war house, you're out. You just lost, because you're not going to be taken as seriously, and the seller may make a decision and accept another offer before you had a chance to get your pre-approval in. So you hear me talk about Plant City Mortgages a lot on the show, and I know their commercial plays, and I think they do a great job. And whether you work with them or any lender, get pre-approved before you ever even make an offer. I mean, you shouldn't be out there looking at homes if you don't have a financing pre-approval in your hand. Because what's going to happen is you're going to find the house that you want, you're not going to be able to act quick enough, and then you're going to be mad, you're going to be upset at the realtor, you're going to be upset at the seller, all because you didn't get your pre-approval up front. So get your pre-approval before you ever even look at a house. So those are some things you can do to stay on track. Obviously, in a market like today, you've got large hedge funds competing. Working with a company like us, we can kind of point you in the direction of the neighborhoods that maybe they aren't as competitive in, or maybe that they don't like to buy in, because you're going to have a hard time competing with them. Quite frankly, they buy cash, they buy quick, they close quick, they're light on conditions. It's for a lot of home sellers, it's a phenomenal buyer, and we've helped a lot of those sellers sell to hedge funds, and we've got testimonials on our website from a lot of them about the positive experience they had. So as a home buyer, you've got a big battle if you're going to beat the hedge fund in an offer, and you've got to be really, really, really strong. So You know, those are some tips to kind of stay on track and give yourself the best shot at winning a bidding war and having your offer most considered. And I think, you know, again, the key for first-time home buyers, which we work with a lot of first-time home buyers, and this is kind of new to them, get with an agent that you feel like you can trust, that you feel like is giving you good advice, and then trust and listen to their advice, because they're going to give you input about what to do, you know, subtle nuances with the offer, you know, things you can do to stay competitive, getting you approved up front. Interestingly enough, cash buyers are accounting for about 1/3 of home sales right now. So if you're not cash, you know, there's a few offers on our properties. There's a pretty good chance one of them is cash. So as a finance buyer, you have to be really conscious to be willing to compete with that. And if you come in without a pre-approval letter, or with a sloppy offer, a low offer, you may not get a second crack at it. So, and if you are a first-time home buyer and looking for some of the best bargains in the marketplace, or you're just out there as an investor looking for a great deal, check out Tampa Bay smokingdeals.com, and it's smoking with a G. Our team puts together a list of the best 75 or so homes on the market. We look at it, do the research to find the best bargains in the marketplace at tampabaysmokingdeals.com. Foreclosures, short sales, waterfront properties from South Tampa to Pinellas County to New Tampa and Apollo Beach. Tampa Bay Smoking Deals allows you to kind of, you know, save some time and energy and find some of those best bargains. If you don't find something you want on the site, you can search the entire MLS on there as well. Again, it is Tampa Bay smokingdeals.com.